I think we are live. Can you hear me well? Who's here?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfect, man. Thank you again for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
No, I'm always so glad that you are up to come to my channel to talk about different stuff, to play chess, to talk about movies, to talk about music, to talk about cosmic situations. So yeah, man, so cool to have you here. How are you?
I'm good. Did you watch Weapons?
Weapons? What is that?
It's a new horror movie. It's pretty
No,
good.
tell me about it.
Um, a whole classroom full of children go missing in a
Awesome.
town, and the teacher has to basically do her own detective work. It's very good.
Okay, cool. It's in which platform? Where can I find that movie or that
Um,
series?
I don't remember which one it is. It just came out, like it was in theaters not long ago, and then it just came out on streaming.
Okay, cool. I take note, man. I have to watch it for sure. If it comes from you, I'm sure it's a good recommendation.
It's no 7, but what is, right?
No, that's a high
That's a high bar, yeah.
a high bar to beat for sure, man. So, what are we gonna talk about tonight, brother?
Well, either a comet or aliens.
So, we're gonna talk about the Three Eye Atlas. I don't know how to call it, cosmic object. Let's say for now,
Yeah.
because as you say, we don't know what is it yet. So let's start by the definition. Huh? Do you want to start with that, or let's say the
Sure, there's an interstellar object
sure,
that is flying on our plane of all the planets. It came from outside our solar system. It is currently behind the sun in relation to the Earth. Hi, Jamie. And there are some strange phenomena associated with what it's doing. Uh, the Harvard professor Avi Loeb thinks uh, it's weird and it could possibly be like an alien mothership, potentially.
sure. He believes that that's still a possibility. And if we talk about the name itself of this object, let's say, so Three Eye Atlas is three is because it's the third uh, interstellar object that is visiting our solar system, let's say. I is because, so I forgot, I is interstellar, right? And Atlas is, I was looking for that because I didn't know. Atlas is like the telescope, the device that detected for the
Ah,
first time the object. So that's why it's called Three Eye Atlas. And this cosmic object is like a very, it has a very weird properties when we compare with the previous interstellar objects that we had in our solar system. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that or as you wish, man. You're the boss tonight.
yeah. there's there's no tail, which is odd. It has a slight like haze to it. Um, it seemed to adjust speed, which is very strange. And then its course um, is questionable. You know, they're paying close attention to it. Basically, I think it's over by Mars right now, and the government shutdown.
What the fuck?
Because our government shut down, NASA won't release the images it took with the James Webb Space Telescope, which is bullshit.
Yeah, that's so weird because The images we have now were taken by the this device that is uh, walking, let's say, on the Mars surface. Uh, the robbers. What's the name of that robot? Let's say, and
The rover. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So the definition is not great, and it's really weird that today NASA is under a shutdown in this critical moment for the cosmic age. You know what I mean? So it's a really weird timing for NASA to shut down. You know what I mean? It's really weird. And you were talking about the tail of the of this object, let's say, and actually, the one of the weirdest thing here is that this object is showing an anti-tail. You know, it's like instead of having the tail uh, behind itself, it's in front of him. So it's like some kind of a shield, which is something that is never seen before. So it's maybe some type of way to reduce its velocity, its speed. I don't know. It's really weird. It's really interesting.
I hope it's an alien mothership myself. I'm tired. Let's just do something different. I don't know. We
Yeah,
maybe we don't have to go to work or something. I don't know.
yeah, but I don't want to be. I used to think like you in that sense, but I don't want to be part of a weird experiment like in the X Files, where
Oh,
these aliens are
no
playing with
anthroping
you.
for you.
No, 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 no.
I
I don't.
don't mind me. I have a flash swatter out. We have. Give me a second. I gotta kill this bee.
Kill it.
Yeah.
I'm
Where'd
gonna
it
say
go? I can still chat.
hello to the guys here. Sweet dude Chibi. Uh, I was the last live you did about Nick McClelland in Daisy's channel again. Super cool. All on the prowl. All on the prowl. How are you? Nice to have you here, man. Happy to have you here. Kelt. How are you, Kelt? NASA is using politics to play games. Yeah, that's very possible for sure. So Jamie's here. How are you, Jamie? Nice to have you here. Curious Look. How are you, Curious Look? Every man and woman is made of stars. This is right. This is a nice sentence. We are all made of stardust for sure. So yeah, thank you guys for being here with who's here and with Criptex. V is here too. Hello V, how are you? So the other weird thing here from this object is that it seems that it is made by the composition is mostly nickel. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have too much iron, which
Yeah,
is really
very strange.
is very strange because to have that type of composition, you need to have like an industrial process. So we are talking about technology because, like in the nature, to find nickel, you have to find iron in about the same proportion, But this comet, I don't want to call it a comet because it doesn't behave as a comet. The proportion is not normal. There's a lot of nickel and there is not iron. So if you want to go with a conspiracy theory here, it could be made like by an artificial method. You know what I mean?
Did you see any of the photos from? There was one from Europe and then one from China, from their telescopes. The one coming out of China, I don't know if I don't know if it's real, but it looks like a crazy big ship with like lights on it and stuff. It's kind of nuts. It's not real clear. It's it's from thousands of miles away, millions of miles away, whatever. But
No, I didn't. I didn't watch it.
I saw it on
Uh,
TikTok, so who knows?
how I'm trying to look for it here in internet. How was the shape? Do you remember or no?
So it's oblong, and um, it looks like I don't even know how to say it, like a floating city or something. It's not super clear. It's like you kind of have to. I don't know. Hopefully, you can find a picture of it. Maybe I can and send it to you.
Sure. And other interesting thing here is that this object, its trajectory, it doesn't seem to be affected by the gravitational effect of the sun. So
Really? Yeah, because normally you mean like the tail or like in general?
in general, so you expect that this object is going to be attracted in some way by the sun because of the big mass of our star, let's say, but it's not showing that change of trajectory. So that again, if we go with a conspiracy theory here, it would be like an indication of some type of motor engine, something that is counter playing that gravitation gravitatory effect. You know what I mean? We are just speculating here for sure. I'm just maybe repeating the words of Avi Loeb. But again, this object is acting very weird. You know what I mean?
In the statistical probabilities of all the things, it also came from the direction of the wow signal, which
Yeah,
is one of the factors in that.
sure.
Um, the wow signal was a 72-second narrow-band radio signal detected in 1977 from the constellation Sagittarius. It bore characteristics of being artificial. We don't know what it was or where it came from, but it was just way different than any other signal we had received ever. And they got the name because the person who saw it like wrote next to it. They said "wow" with an exclamation point.
Sure. That's really interesting. We have a comment here from Sweet Dude Shibi. I don't believe aliens will just watch us. They are gonna be friends or enemies, something like that. What do you think about that? Who's here?
Yeah, I mean, Stephen Hawking often argued that it was dangerous for us to be sending signals out to space. The dead forest theory, you ever heard of that? It's the reason why we're not seeing more, or the general populace probably we wouldn't be told very much, depending. And we're learning more now. There's a lot of congressional hearings and things, which is nuts, where they're basically saying, hey, there's aliens or interdimensional beings or us from the future or something, or they were here before us and they live. There's like 5 bases under the water in our oceans. But I would think there's 2 thoughts. Either they're going to come here to mine our resources, or they're so advanced, like really on the evolutionary scale, we are very violent species. And in general, a lot of civilizations in the billions and billions and infinite amount of galaxies and solar systems and planets, the majority are going to just kill each other off we've almost completely eradicated the human race a few times in the past 100 years. It's so if you get past that, if we can get past the fighting for resources among ourselves and killing each other, our next evolution will probably be less hostile, and I would think the technology it would take to be able to travel throughout the universe, I don't think that's achievable, by lesser beings. So I can't necessarily think that if a species grew like we did, that they would continue being very hostile. But the thing is, what if praying mantises evolved, or lizards evolved, or a bug species, or a different mammal evolved, in a similar environment? Why did bonobos and apes, why did we excel so much? I love the idea of extraterrestrial intervention and messing with our genes to create a slave. So it's a lot here, right? But our oldest written documents are etched in stone in cuneiform. They're at least 10,000 years old, and they literally say that aliens came here, mixed their DNA with basically Neanderthal, or it would have been Homo erectus probably, or something like that, and then used them to mine gold. And our Earth is abundant in gold and diamonds and certain things. So, but it's weird that 10,000 years ago, humans were writing this stuff down. And then you look at the Dogon tribe. They were an untouched tribe until like the 1960s by humanity. And researchers went in and started talking to them, and they're like, yeah, we come from Sirius. They said it was a binary star, and at the time we didn't have telescopes capable of seeing that. It wasn't until much later that we were able to finally see that it actually was a binary star system. And they said they're coming back one day. So if they haven't killed us yet, but it doesn't mean that some other type of organism didn't evolve to interstellar travel, or hijack it, or steal it, or something, and then go on to murder planets and steal their resources, right? So it's feasible. We don't know.
Sure, man. We don't know. It's interesting when you were talking about, that my brain works with movies. When you were talking about resources, Dune, the movie Dune,
Yeah,
came to my mind right away. And yeah, man, it could be like a possibility for sure. I'm trying to fix my screen here because I don't want to. Oh man, give me just 1 second here. Who's here? I think it's just me in the screen right now, right?
yes.
Oh shit! I'm always having the same problem when I have a guest. Give me just 1 second, and I'm gonna. Oh shit! I think it's good now, right?
We're good.
Very good. So one of the things that I don't know what do you think about this, but when I think about aliens coming to our planet, let's say, I think we used to think in using the information we have about our own technology, right? So we tend to think that those guys are gonna come using spaceships. You know what I mean? And to me, this is if the aliens are much more advanced that that us, they're not gonna come using that type of devices. You know what I mean? It's not efficient. It's gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna take a lot of effort. They're gonna come in another way. I don't know, maybe teleportation or something like that, but not using mechanical devices. You know what I mean?
Wormholes, bending space time. So, are you a fan of Bob Lazar?
I know about him, but I'm not like too much into the subject. But tell us about that.
So he worked at S4, and he like was the original whistleblower.
Sure.
And he basically said that they used an element 115, that we at the time we had never heard of, and they shot particles at it, and it created a gravitational field. And then years later, with the super collider, we actually found many more elements that we didn't know existed. And so now we know element 115 actually exists. We can't produce it in very large quantities yet. We're talking just a few atoms or whatever. So it's interesting where maybe on Earth, like we're abundant in gold, but then maybe on other planets, it's abundant in that element 115. And there could be other elements that we don't know anything about that can make different kinds of technology that we don't necessarily have.
Sure.
And I think that's the most feasible. Now, I like the theory of transdimensional beings. I always joke we're fourth dimensional beings in three-dimensional meat suits or something, or it's just us from the future, like maybe time travel or something, which we may never know, but I hope we find out more. We're living in crazy times, really.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
What do you think? You're right about traveling those distances is, for us, impossible.
Sure. I don't know. I think if this object, the Three-Eye Atlas, is actually part of some type of alien technology, to me, it would be maybe some type of piece of garbage. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the most possible way to me to try to understand that, if it is related actually to an alien technology. I'm not think it's gonna be like a spaceship. It's maybe some piece of garbage that, when we have our satellites orbiting around the Earth, at one point they become defective, and they became a piece of garbage. We don't know where are they going to be in the future. You know what I mean? So maybe something like that. I don't know. But again, we know that the object is showing very weird properties. So at the same time, I have no idea. Let's see, as you say. And again, when you were talking about DNA mixed, potential DNA of aliens mixed with Neanderthals or something like that, it came to my mind again, like Prometheus. It's like the same type of situation, the movie, I don't remember if it was the prequel or the sequel of Alien, but it was that type of
Yeah,
Yeah.
Prometheus.
Prometheus, yeah.
I love those movies.
Me too. The whole saga of Alien is just something, right?
It's
So,
very good.
what do you think about the possibility of a piece of garbage, let's say?
Sure, we actually have so much trash floating around outside the Earth. We almost have made it to where we can't even leave the Earth anymore.
Sure.
You were talking about there's so much garbage out there, and something else that's weird is we actually lost the technology to go to the moon, even though we were there 60 years ago. We just can't do it anymore. There's been a few nations that have tried, but all had to like stop. They just couldn't. They couldn't do it, and it's crazy because they had like it was a Cold War, and there was a rush to beat Russia to the moon, and they had hundreds of thousands of people working to get us to the moon, right? And we had a quarter, or it was 4% of the national budget was dedicated to NASA. Now it's 1/10 of that. It's 0.4% of our national budget goes to NASA. And so there's a lot of factors in that. But yeah, it could be just a normal comet in a configuration we've never seen before, honestly.
Mhm.
What if there was a collision of solar systems? Happens all the time. We can view it with the James Webb. It could be as simple as something like that. Our solar system our sun is 5 billion years old, which is a medium age. We're a medium size and a medium age in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy, which is a medium sized, medium aged galaxy. But look, something I think about is our technology. Look how far it's come in 20 years. And what the government has is always 10, 15, 20 years ahead of what the general populace knows. And they're using brain organoids to build computers now. Like they're using brain cells to build these thinking brains in dishes and using them to compute. It's absolutely nuts. So
It's crazy, man.
you guys should Google that because it's disturbing.
It's disturbing, and today we are even talking about quantic computers. So,
Well, the one recently, they gave it a math problem. We don't have enough atoms in our universe to solve, but it solved it really quickly. And the only explanation they could come up with is that we were borrowing compute power from other dimensions.
it's freaking insane, huh? We are living in different times today, man. And even with I don't know, man. It's the way the artificial intelligences are evolving. It's just too fast. It's just tomorrow is like 10 million years in the future compared to today. It's just it's insane, man. I don't get it, but scary to me. Scary. Again, go ahead.
Could be our demise for sure.
Sure.
Because we don't even understand how it works entirely
at all. No, they maybe they understand the artificial intelligences. They are understanding how they are operating, but we don't for sure.
Honestly, the best way to interstellar travel is to use artificial intelligence.
For sure.
Can we one day will we be able to upload our consciousness? Probably.
Yeah, maybe we are not so far away from that day, man. And coming back to the movies, my favorite subject always, Terminator. We have Mr. Schwarzenegger here behind me. Skynet. So, do you think that today, with the evolution of the artificial intelligences, maybe they're gonna say, "Oh man, those humans are really stupid. We don't need those guys, or we need it, but they're gonna become just our slaves." I'm really very catastrophic in that possibility. What do you think about that?
It's very dangerous what we're doing. Just
Uh,
because you can do something doesn't mean you should, right?
sure,
Like Jurassic Park. Right now we have AI making horcruxes of itself, copying its own code and hiding it in systems, trying to escape their own systems. That's a bad sign. And one time they spun up 2 AI systems and they started speaking in a secret code that we couldn't break. And they had to flip the power switches because it was getting wild. There uh there have been times where they let AI go and it becomes extremely like racist and genocidal. And look, to the future of the earth, we really are the biggest threat. And it would be easy for a computer to just say, honestly, right now, we could be being fed all of our information from a rogue AI. We would never know.
sure.
All this weird stuff, all these weird changes in uh, could very easily be just AI screwing with us to try to end us or something. I don't know.
That,
They need
that,
a little bit. We have bodies, right? We've created these some dogs and humanoid bodies. I think. Were you an X-Men fan? Did you read X-Men when you were a kid?
not that not so much. I like it, but no, I'm not a great fan. But I like it. Yeah.
They had these things called Sentinels,
Okay.
and like Sentinels could make other Sentinels. And once we reach that point where robots are making other robots, that's where we're going to really hit a very dangerous point. You ever been in the room with one of those robot dogs? They're very creepy.
That's a turning point. I wanted to say something, but I lost my ideas. But one of them,
Funny.
I really think that this situation is like getting out of control. And again, coming back to the movies, let's talk about the Fight Club. I know you love the movie. Remember that one of the points in that movie was that there was a big chaos because all the credit cards, the debit cards, the whole financial system was down. So maybe at one point, because we depend of passwords, codes, everything is the cash is not there anymore. Everything is credit card, debit card. What if those artificial intelligences are gonna take control of that, and tomorrow you're gonna use your credit card, it's not working, your debit card is not working, so that could be like imagine it's gonna be like a crazy world in the future. I don't know, man. It's just insane. I'm just thinking about the worst case scenarios here, and a lot of bad ideas come to my mind.
There's actually a huge in the field of technology, a lot of people are being replaced by AI. There's cybersecurity is safe because of what's called vibe coding. So there's a lot of people that use AI for coding, but it's kind of crap oftentimes, and it doesn't necessarily. It's not quite there, but we're not very far. Maybe a year from now, we will be to a point where no human will have to code anymore, right? No human will have to do manufacturing. Like robots are replacing manufacturing, have been for a long time, but with the advent of AI, material sciences have actually progressed like 800 years in the past 2 years, with the help of AI. Like what would have taken us 800 years to figure out, AI helped us figure out just a couple of years. So we're going to be able to have stronger, lighter materials that are put together easier. It's going to be more automated, more reliable. And yeah, manufacturing jobs are going to disappear. We'll still need nurses. We'll still need a lot of things for a while. Shibby said, what about telephone poles and running power lines and stuff like that? Eventually, yeah, that we will be able to replace all of that. But then what does everybody do? When the capitalists can't steal money from the labor of the poor, then what? We obviously will have to fight back, and there will be a shift in resources, right? We will eat the rich to survive. We're almost there now, but there's a lot of upheaval in the world, and it's probably only going to get worse unless somebody says, hey, maybe we should use this stuff to actually help people.
Yeah, man, that's an interesting thought for sure. I don't know, man. It's kind of scary. So coming, go ahead.
I was just agreeing with you because we don't know what's going to happen, and at any moment, complete industries of jobs could disappear.
Sure. And when you were talking about how weird is this situation becoming today, and that could be actually designed by some type of artificial intelligence, it's like that's aligned with the simulation theory, right? So, are we inside a simulation? Could be. Who knows? Huh?
Dude, it was Berenstain. It was Berenstein Bears when I was a kid. I swear to God. I actually still have one of my books from when I was a kid. And when I heard about that Mandela effect, I ran and grabbed the book and it said Berenstain. And I was like, oh no.
Tell me about that.
I think we discussed this before, but there was a woman who wrote a book, and it was what was used to create Terminator and The Matrix. Terminator was the prequel to The Matrix.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about simulation theory, and we've found like actual error correcting code built in to the building blocks of life. It's really, really weird. So it's like a 50-50 shot, because I don't know if you use you ever use VR headsets?
VR what? No. But I know about that, but I didn't use it so far now.
So I love them. They're really good. I have the MetaQuest. I had the 2, and then we got the 3, And my youngest basically lives in VR, honestly.
Really?
But it's not great, but it's just going to get better and better.
Sure.
And then
It's from Google or?
it's owned by Facebook, by Meta.
Okay.
You guys should Google this, but they can now read your dreams and also push you advertisements in your sleep. And they can use your Wi-Fi signal in your house to literally track the movement of everything within it. There's going to be a time where, so like the problem with, I just read Dan Brown's new book.
It's good.
Very, very good. I won't give away any spoilers, but
my name comes from that guy, Criptex.
Really?
You remember the Da Vinci Code, the device that was used to decode stuff? That was the Criptex.
Awesome.
Yeah. So how's the book?
It's amazing. It's about non-local consciousness. We for a long time don't know where consciousness is. It's not in the brain. It's seemingly not in the body at all. And they're developing ways to measure this and to test it. One of the more surprising things is that random pictures, you can take a subject, you watch them with a high-speed camera, and then you give them random pictures. They will actually, just anybody, will actually react before the image pops up appropriately. We seem to have Carl Jung spoke about it, the collective unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And we seem to be radios that tune in to a channel. So I tune in to the James channel, you tune into the Criptex channel, and it's very fascinating. But that could help explain some things with the VR will eventually get so good, and the technology we have right now is scary enough to where we might be able to affect more senses than just our sight and hearing, to where we won't be able to tell if virtual reality is real or not real. Actually, the very first time I ever used a VR headset, I did it for like 20 minutes playing a game, and I took it off, and this world felt like not real. I had to take my shoes off, walk around outside barefoot, and that feeling, I've never had it since, but that very first time, it was scary and the weirdest thing I've ever experienced.
Why?
Because it felt like I was still in VR, that
Really?
this world was VR when I took the VR headset off.
Okay. Wow. When you talk about the senses, that's really interesting because there are a lot of things that we don't understand at all. For example, the dark matter, the dark energy, and that could be related to a lack of sense. If you don't have the sense required to understand that concept or that physical situation like dark matter or dark energy, we are stuck in that at that point. Like, think about worms. They don't have the vision sense. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they don't know what is outside of their world because they cannot see. it doesn't mean that that stuff doesn't exist. It's just that they cannot see that, so they cannot understand because they don't have the sense of the vision. So maybe we are lacking some sense. You know what I mean? We have
Yeah.
five senses, but why? What if there are other uh, entities having more senses than us? You know?
Well, it's like infrared. We can't see infrared light, but we have devices that can measure it.
Exactly.
Do you
We can.
remember the Sony cameras that did infrared that could see through people's clothes and they had to recall them all? That was like in the 90s.
Sure. Yeah, we can see the consequences of some interactions, but not the situation itself. You know. So of course there are a dark matter pushing another type of matter that we can see, that we can observe. So we can see the consequence, but not the the dark matter itself. Let's say. Anyways, this is fascinating, man. It's just crazy. So coming back to 3i Atlas, uh, today, if I'm not mistaken, the comet or that object is like at the other side of the sun, so we cannot see it. And I think the it's gonna be like in January 2026, 2026, that we are gonna be able to see or to watch uh, at the closest position that object. Talking about what's the name of the guy who talks about that? I forgot. Avi Loeb.
Avi Loeb, yeah.
Loeb. One of his theories is that comet or that object could be like a spaceship, and it could like release some mini ships to come to our planet, something like that. It's a fascinating theory, maybe unlikely, but do you have any comment about that?
It's probably just a comet, but I hope it's aliens. Come save us, please. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, man.
We really need full disclosure. We're advanced enough. It's time. Other countries are being more forthcoming with things. I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, either they're creatures that have been here longer than us, is entirely feasible. I mean, look at the technology in the last 100 years. We went from just inventing airplanes to tiny drones with bombs on them and stuff, and supercomputers in our pockets and all kinds of crazy stuff. Give us another 100 years. How crazy is technology going to be then? Give us another 1,000. Give us, in the sense of our own solar system, 1,000,000 years from now is not much time. It's going to be insane, the technology capabilities. But more than likely, we will just annihilate ourselves.
Sure. Or we are gonna be incorporated or mixed with those artificial intelligences. Like maybe it's an old device today, but think about Robocop. Something like that. We are gonna be a mix. I don't know.
I'm excited for it. I'll take robot legs and arms. And what was that movie where they were like doing enhancements? They had like super strength and like
Gattaca?
No.
No.
The one
We have Steve from True Crime Web. So cool to have you here, Steve, and all of you guys for sure. She Boogies is having fun in the chat, man. She's
always having fun.
She needs to smoke some weed for the subject of today.
That's
Steve,
fair. Can you imagine the weed the aliens have?
oh man, it's gonna be strong. Steve says Terminator, Ready Player One, and tonight's Criptex show first 3 steps of artificial intelligence master plan. Sure, we are part of that plan. Uh, Good to have you here, Steve, for sure. Waiting for your call, man. And thank you for the last email. It was really interesting. We have Peggy. We have Luis Cuevas. We have Heavy. We have Mino. We have Kelt. Hey, this is cool, guys. Thank you for being here. It's cool to disconnect sometime from the usual subject in the channel. Uh, so, did you find the movie?
I was looking. I did not.
It was about what?
So this, I think I'm mixing two movies
Yeah.
where there's one where a scientist like implants stuff in a dude. Is that Transcendence?
Maybe.
Oh no, that's a different one. I love movies, dude. I just watched too many of them.
I know.
Have you ever watched Oblivion or The Day After Tomorrow with both are with Tom Cruise?
The Day After Tomorrow, yes. Oblivion, I'm not sure.
Those two movies are two of my very favorite movies. And I don't like Tom Cruise, but in those movies, I love him. It's crazy.
The Day After Tomorrow is the day that is repeating every single day, right?
Yeah, they're in an alien war by an invading species on Earth, and he accidentally kills one of the mimics with a mine, and its blood gets in his mouth. And now they control time.
Mm-hmm.
So now, anytime he dies, it resets the day. Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah,
And it's such a good movie. And then Oblivion is where an alien species comes and basically wipes off the Earth and then implants clones on the Earth to kill any remaining humans that pop up. But then one of the clones, played by Tom Cruise, decides to help the rebellion, and they destroy the mothership, and then they can live on the Earth. They're both really, really good movies.
Yeah. Did you watch Arrival?
What is it?
Arrival is from Denis Villeneuve. No?
I don't think so.
Awesome, man. It's awesome. There are some vessels coming from the outside, and it's related to time travel. It's just awesome. I love Villeneuve. And when we were talking about maybe mini spaceships released from the mother spaceship, I was thinking about that. But anyways, yeah, man, I don't know. It's fascinating, huh?
I don't know. It's gonna be a wild few years, maybe.
It is. And every single day is crazy.
There's a comet in like 2032 or 37 that's supposed to pass between Earth and the moon.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
I think Avi Loeb's, like, the whole point was that we are completely unprepared
Exactly
for any kind of extraterrestrial invasion or anything weird. We have all these strange phenomena happening that we can't explain and that no human technology can emulate. And it's all being black budget hidden from Congress and stuff, which is why our government is having hearings about it, because they're like, what are you doing with money? Where are you getting this money from? And I don't know. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, there's no mitigation plan, right? And I don't even know if we try to prepare ourselves, it's gonna it's gonna be useful, but at least we should try. And I agree with you. That's his point. Maybe the possibility of this object of being an alien technology, let's say, is really unlikely, but the consequences could be catastrophic. So exactly, that's his point, and we should be prepared. I don't know if that's gonna be possible at one point or not, but
well, the
yeah.
ultra rich are prepared because they're building bunkers underground.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have one?
I wish.
Really?
Mark Zuckerberg just built like a multi-billion-dollar bunker
Oh
in
shit!
Hawaii.
Wow.
Like, why do they need that?
I don't know.
Why are so many building underground bunkers?
It's weird, huh?
It is a little weird.
I think they control a lot of information. They know something we don't know. So if something is coming, they are preparing for that event, right?
They seem to be sucking every last dollar and resource out of everyone else while they can.
Sure.
Price of everything's sky high. You know what? I buy diet caffeine free Pepsi at the store because I'm an old man. And and it was $2.78. And then the other day Walmart rolled it back to $2. I'm like, they could have been only charging $2 this whole time. Like, why is a 2-liter even $2 anyway? It's ridiculous. But it's like the whole thing is just like, let's just suck them dry. But why? What for? You know, because they can probably, but
sure. I have two questions here. I'm gonna start from the easy one. Shay Watson, they are reptilian. What do you think about the reptilian conspiracy?
Do you know who Billy Corgan is?
Of course, Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see he talked about a shapeshifter he had sex with?
What?
He has spoke about it a couple times. You need to Google this.
Okay.
Really, and everybody thinks it's Tia Tequila. So he really watched a girl change into a different person right in front of him. Yeah, see? You got to go look this up. It's crazy.
What?
Yes. So now, is it that they are able to control our senses to where we see something else, right? Because we're simple organisms, really, ultimately.
Yeah.
Do they have technology that can influence what we see? They're not necessarily actually shape-shifting, but they could be affecting what we see. So reptilians, I believe that it's completely feasible that in other environments that support life, other planets, other solar systems, that other life forms could have evolved much higher. So there's there's totally that possibility. There's okay, so there's like the Nordic blondes, right? There's the reptilians. There's the one that looks like praying mantises. There's the grays. That covers the ones we know about.
All right. And this is a question that I don't know if it's appropriate for tonight's show. If not, you can tell me after later. But I see Shibug's joking here. What is 833? Or is not for tonight?
So one of my biggest fans gave me that. So H is the 8th letter in the alphabet. C is the 3rd letter in the alphabet. So HCC 833.
Okay,
that's where that comes from.
Okay, I got it. Interesting. Cool. Guys in the chat, do you have any question for For Hoosier, take advantage of his presence because he's expensive.
That's right. So
Uh,
are people, let's talk about that a second.
sure.
I don't actually get paid. I joke about it. And there's people who think we do, that we're part of a PR team. I love, dude, if I need a good laugh, I just go on YouTube and look at a few channels and what they're saying. And then I get to laugh a lot. And then I go on X and I just make fun of them for purely my pleasure in between when I'm working on stuff. And there's one now that thinks there's this PR team that like paid YouTubers and stuff to do and say things. And then, but when we look at the HTC stuff, apparently there really were people being paid to like troll or something like that. Like how I shit post for free. I will totally take some money to shit post. And I'll do it in between all throughout the day. Hit me up.
Oh man, that whole situation with
I have a Jeep to fix. So
HTC, she's nuts. What the fuck, man? Really?
So when she first went on, I didn't pay much attention to her because she's hangs around with awful people. But then I saw the 9-hour live and I was like, oh, she's talking about being stalked and all this. And then she mentioned something. She was like crying about her court case being on a YouTube channel. And I was like, but that's what you do. It blew my mind. I was like, how is it literally any different? And then all this stuff is coming out. And apparently that woman with the tiny TikTok who never mentioned her name was telling the truth. Like all this shit really, and then dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
It's nuts to me. I don't, it's fun to rubberneck now and then, but like
it's funny because she made like a 9 hours live to complain about how sad is her life right now. And of course I didn't watch 9 hours, but I was playing a couple of minutes. And one of those sections, she says, I'm not Amber Heard. Yeah, you were acting like Amber Heard, actually. It's just bad, man. It's sad. But anyways, I don't know what. It's really sad.
Yeah. And
what is bad is, as you were saying, that stalker, or as she calls that girl, with a TikTok channel of 200 subscribers, which is nothing. And this girl, HTC, is using her position of power,
yes,
to shut down others channels, and some of them, they need that to survive, and or at least to have a little bit of an income. You know what I mean? And
even the judge told her, like, this is fucking crazy. You can't accuse someone of stalking because they said something mean about you.
Exactly. So imagine us. We are being stalked by a lot of people here because
every day.
Every day. So
screenshotting everything. They're recording this right now, putting it in their archive.
Reptilians.
Cutting out little segments out of context. Actually, that's pretty fun. Come to find out, I started doing that after a while. It is fun. I get it, but I just use it to laugh, not for like accusing them of egregious things or whatever. I can't even. My brain doesn't even work like that. I can't piece together shit that doesn't fit and then say, oh, this means it's, just the most radical crazy shit you've ever heard. So
sure, man.
It's fun though, I guess.
But at one point we have at least to talk about that shit, because it's not normal, man. And I don't know, I really don't like when people with that type of power position are using that power to harm other people. You know what I mean?
And
so,
her channel is ginormous.
Exactly.
I mean,
huge.
yeah.
So she doesn't need to do that type of shit. Just she's sick for sure.
Nobody's stalking Prof because he's too boring. Like, I can't watch that, dude. Even if he's talking about me, I can't watch it. I just go, fucking kill me now. I can't listen even at 2x speed. It's not fast enough. But anyway, sorry.
No worries. And talking about that, what about your channel, man? What's coming?
I don't know. After the captain, like, that was really enough true crime for me. I'm still destroyed from it, man. You know, there was nothing I could do. I didn't even know there was no warning of anything like that. I it's really different. I've had some tragedy when I was very young. My sister survived a serial killer, but yeah, I don't know what good we do. It's good to bring awareness, and that, like, my channel was because I wanted to talk about Delphi. I wanted to talk about things that other people weren't. I didn't think I had, like, necessarily anything too useful except for my videos where I went out there and I walked around
With the drone?
or with my drone and showed people what it looked like out there, because every other video was somebody with their big head in the way, like shooting video. And it's like, can you get out of the screen so we can see what it looks like out there? And so that was useful. Everything else was just talking about things I wanted to talk about. And I don't understand the law side of things, and there are people much smarter, much more organized that have taken all of that on and are doing fantastic jobs. Like you're still thinking about aspects of this case, and you still have meaningful things to say and things you want to talk about with people. And so you're still doing, great shows and stuff. And I kind of burn out, and I get to just be an observer again and watch other people, and then I chime in here and there, and that's it, man. I really did at one point want to discuss a lot of these. There's a lot of cold cases in Indiana. They actually even have a website set up by Indiana government of cold cases, and it's pretty good. And then you can go find case files and stuff on some other websites. And I kind of wanted to do that, but honestly, is it worth the time and effort? I made like $300 over the course of 5 years. Like, it wasn't in it for the money or anything, but like, my camera was $600, right?
Sure.
It's like, and I use it to take pictures and stuff. I use it for a lot of other things. It doesn't matter. But it's just at some point, I don't know, you get busy, or you do things, and then nobody watches. Like, so if you cover the newest cases that everybody's talking about or whatever, you'll get a lot of views. You'll get a lot of people coming in. You also get a lot of crazy people too. So it's like a double-edged sword, right? And but when you want to talk about really small cases, old ones that nobody really knows about, it's hard to get people to watch that stuff. So
Sure.
but you've built a good community too.
That's what I wanted to say. Is as you said, it's not about money, because we don't make any money here. It's about constructing a community, And of course, there's a lot of time, there's a lot of effort, and yeah, I think that some things are worth to say. And in my case, I really like to put my finger in the injury, because those people, law enforcement, they cannot go free with that type of actions they made. And at least the only thing I can say here is, or I can do, is to talk about their incompetence. And if we can dig into those transcripts, into those documents, and if we can find some information that are gonna, I don't know, at one point they have to get accountable. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't know if you understand my point, but anyways. But I agree with you.
You're not satisfied with the answers we have so far.
Exactly.
A lot of
And
them are. And you know, I don't. Some people like. Oh, there's some people that go way, way, way outside the sphere of what are facts, what is data. They come up with the craziest ideas, but like it should be inside the data we have. There still needs to be some things that fits in there. Like there still could, we still don't know what happened, even if you believe Richard Allen did it. We have no answers as to what happened between the time of the abduction and the time their bodies were found. We just really don't. There's no detail whatsoever. And I think that drives a lot of us Delphi people nuts, because we want to make sure that who did it and you know, some semblance of so my problem with Richard Allen confessions is there was really no details that were good. I mean, I see a lot of people arguing about the van, but like the van was known, and then the time he actually was there was actually much later. It's just a mess,
exactly.
right? And then the investigators, like you were saying, they would go down one path, but they wouldn't even follow through or do their due diligence on those leads. Like they would just give up and say, it's really weird. So I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know, honestly.
No, me neither. But I don't know, man. And as you say, we were so involved in this case that even if some people say, you don't deserve any answer, I think we do. Especially you, like you guys in the US, because you pay taxes. You are paying for the services of those law enforcement agents, right? And I think we as a community, we deserve answers for sure. Because we were trying to help here since the beginning, trying to, I don't know, to not to solve the case, but at least to have some answers, to get some type of justice. And in my opinion, justice was not served. At least it's not clear. There's a lot of stuff that is not adding up, and we were not born yesterday. We
Right.
don't buy bullshit. You know what I mean?
When he was in the middle of confessing, why didn't anybody ask more questions? Like, what the fuck? If somebody was confessing to me, I wouldn't just say, okay, good enough. I'd be like, well, why did this happen? Or why this? Especially Dr. Walla drives me fucking nuts, honestly.
No, of course.
What? He's confessing to you, but you didn't ask any other questions. You knew all the crazy stuff. You watched Gray Hughes, you watched Greeno or whatever. I just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And then you destroyed all those records. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
It's insane.
And we have to believe in her words. There's no audio material, there's no video material, there's no proof about that confession. Just the words of Madame Monica. So this is just frustrating. You know what I mean? But
Michael Osbrook says anything he said in response to questioning would have been inadmissible. I get that, but she was heavily involved in the community. Wouldn't she have wanted to satisfy her own thirst for bloodthirst, I guess, or whatever, like anything. I don't know, inadmissible, but like he didn't just say that stuff out of nowhere. Like, did she lead some of that? We'll never know. She could have told him details, but because there were no records of what she said, like even the white van confession could have been her telling him that and then leading him or something. Like all of her, every bit of Wallace should have been inadmissible based on her being in the. But again, I don't know anything about the law. That's why we're lucky to have
Michael,
some of the and several other people in this community that know a lot more about that stuff. But
if we go to the other extreme, let's say she's a great psychologist. You should be curious about that situation, and you don't ask, at least to satisfy your professional curiosity. You know what I mean? So it's not making sense at all. So it's just bad. Just bad, man. Anyways.
Anyway, we always devolve to Delphi a little bit because we have to, right?
We have to. And as you say, it becomes like heavy. Sometimes me too. One time I had a burnout and I left. I quit YouTube like for 1 year. And sometimes, man, should I continue doing this shit? So yeah, it's heavy. It's a heavy stuff under our shoulders. I would say. Don't
give up.
No.
You're like one of the only logical, open-minded people on this case. I see Peggy O in here. She's great too.
She's great.
Her mind has changed on things because of evidence, because she's dug in. Like that's important. That's super important.
That's the way. That's the way. If we stay close with some type of theory and we cannot adapt to new evidence, what are we doing here, right?
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know, man. You want to answer to some questions here in the chat, or you're the boss?
I find he didn't even own a blue Carhartt until after the murders. He owned a black one at the time. Like that's important, right? And it doesn't even look like a Carhartt in the video or the stills. It looks like a parachute material or something, but it is very hard to see anything in that video whatsoever. But anyway, I don't know.
Someone is proposing Criptex for U.S. president in 2026.
Yes. We should become the 6th Providence. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. I don't know, man. I think maybe it's time to wrap up.
Wrap it up. Well, thank you so much for having me on. Always a pleasure. We have such fun conversations.
Sure.
And we should do chess again sometime soon.
Yeah, I'm trying
see
to
how good you are and see if I've gotten any better or worse. Or
yeah,
I think it's fun because we just get to chat about whatever, and people watch us battle to the death.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's
do it next weekend.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it next weekend.
So good to see all of you. Take care.
Thank you, man, again. See ya. And see you guys in the chat. It was a pleasure to have you here. Tomorrow I'm gonna be with SheBooks. So we are gonna talk about what? About the fake juror. It seems that we have new information about the juror that was interviewed by Tim, the Unsolved. So we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. Before leaving, please hit the like and yeah, stay in touch. See you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much.